can't handle the truth.
Ratchet, yeah, sassy, moody, nasty.
I turned on my phone and saw that. I thought, my God, what is this?
You live inside this. It's illusion.
It's a media creation. Let's just dive into what the machine is doing.
One of the great stories that I've been enjoying is Kamala's position when it comes to the border. Was she a border czar or was she not a border czar? We have the ability to check in real time the events because, you know, we've kept the receipts. The receipts are everywhere. And it turns out you've not been to the border.
Okay. Do you have any plans to visit the border? I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, you know, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making.
That doesn't make it better. There's a whole territory of other places I've not been as well. How many Kamala Harrises does it take to win an election? Is it the one that's a border czar, or is it the one that's definitely not a border czar?
Quote unquote border czar. Vice President Harris was not a border czar.
Meantime, Vice President and border czar Kamala Harris facing some backlash.
What he said about Harris and immigration was not true. She was never appointed border czar.
I don't know if I can trust you. And this will be her first visit to the U.S.-Mexico border region since she was appointed as the border czar by President Biden.
People are going to have to counter the misinformation. You already hear folks talking about the border czar. She wasn't the border czar.
President Biden tapped Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, to be the border czar.
Now, she wasn't the border czar. That's what Republicans labeled her.
They were very critical of Kamala Harris, especially in her role as border czar.
You live inside this. It's illusion.
Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record, calling her a border czar.
Blah, 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 blah.
Kamala Harris, who was appointed as the border czar.
The Biden team didn't declare her the border czar. They wanted her to work on kind of the root causes of immigration.
There has been some criticism against Kamala Harris. You know, she was the border czar.
Calling her sort of the border czar, which wasn't necessarily the case.
So the border, if they weren't planning to address it in a major way, do not make her your border czar. 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 She met with some of the Northern Triangle countries, but nothing has effectively changed.
What are we supposed to do? There it is. You've seen it. That's how they utilize and manipulate information. And they do it to your face. And they tell you that you are the liar. And then they use terms like gaslighting to condemn you. And it's just such an extraordinary and amazing system. I don't know why people ever said she was a border czar.
I saw a great supercut from Tom Elliott.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are.
As weird and creepy as J.D. Vance.
Super weird idea from J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate are weird. Deeply and profoundly weird.
They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
Oh, yes.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies.
Let's start with the weird thing, because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
My God.
Have you ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me, that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Weird and cultish.
These are weird people on the other side.
Kind of doubled down on his weird ideas.
I think weird is probably generous.
Simply weird. These guys are just plain weird.
Vance as weird?
You know, as the campaign said, weird.
It really is just plain weird.
J.D. Vance, plain weird.
I mean, I don't know how else you could read it.
Weird. It is kind of weird.
We're not afraid of weird people.
The other side, they're just weird. Why are you being so weird?
Vance has done something more extreme, more weird. No matter what kind of weird stuff they keep saying.
Trump and Vance are just weird. In addition to being dangerous to democracy.
It's the weird part that's the most engaging.
Whom he addressed as my beautiful Christians, which was super weird.
Weird tech bro, J.D. Vance.
He's a weird guy.
J.D. Vance, uneasy and sort of weird.
Frankly, for lack of a better word, that he's weird.
Sarcastic remarks that aren't even funny, and he kind of shows that he can't really deliver a one-liner.
So, Sam, weird is the word here in terms of initial impressions.
A few moments later.
Ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty.
There is something weird going on here. Is a memo handed down to all of these people? That seems a little bit much to me. But group hive mind think creates people like that.
Oh, yes.
When you see that, you realize how the machine operates. It just puts things out there, and then these things suddenly become real in a certain set of people's minds. Now, the difference is in the last 2 years or so is that since Elon Musk bought Twitter, there is pushback. We are able to push back. We are able to use our free speech more. We are able to show you the unedited videos, or we're able to edit videos like Tom Elliott did right there to show you how weird those people actually are. Elon Musk retweeted me on that, and he wrote this. This is why it became so viral. He wrote, they should mix up the propaganda more. This is way too obvious. Just like when they were parroting before the debate that Biden was sharp as attack. And you might remember that. I think we showed you a compilation on that as well. Before the debate, when, remember, it was just 2 weeks after, it's all cheap fakes. That was a new thing that they came up with. And they were all saying it's all cheap fakes if you show video of Biden breaking down. Then the meme until the debate was he's sharp as attack. Then the second the debate finished, they realized that wasn't going to work anymore. Like, wait a minute, they think we're weird? Do you think we could illustrate the fact that they're actually the weird ones? I think we have a little role. We can call this a role.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps up.
Are we the weird ones?
Oh my God, what is this?
There's the, I guess that was the trans Smurf. From the Paris Olympic opening ceremony right there. That is, yes, J.D. Vance is weird, and look at the Smurf. I'm not going to explain all of these.
Let me whisper a secret.
J.D. Vance is weird, and here's a bunch of people who look like they're characters from Wizard of Oz, something to do with LGBT health. There's a man who's a woman. Who's a man with some dogs, who is also in charge of nuclear waste.
Do you remember that?
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie. It's how you hide a little lie. It's how you hide a little lie when Rudy Giuliani shared that intel from Ukraine, or when TikTok influencers say COVID can cause pain. They're laundering disinfo and we really should take note and not support their lies with our wallet, voice or vote. Oh!
A federal judge has thrown out a defamation lawsuit against Fox News by a U.S. government official who served on the Biden administration's short-lived Media Disinformation Board. Nina Jankowicz sued Fox News, saying the outlet defamed her on multiple occasions, causing her to receive online attacks and threats of violence. In rejecting the lawsuit, the judge said it was clear 36 of the 37 statements made on Fox News that were included in the suit were about the Disinformation Governance Board, not Jankowicz herself. The remaining statement, which was also not referencing Jankowicz, was ruled to be factual. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Taylor.
We got another one. That's some sort of demon talking to children, but yes, J.D. Vance is weird. What else do we got here? That is, I believe, a trans shooter about to kill some people.
I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
Imagination.
I dare you to try and stop a transgender woman in my presence from using the bathroom. It will be the last mistake you ever make.
You serious?
Don't tell mommy what I told you.
Tuesday morning pickup meds.
You would have seen this over and over and over again. Very uncomfortable. Thanks very much, Mr. Stay away from me. This was a joke way back when, but then, of course, he wasn't Donald Trump, so we have to pretend that none of this happened.
Oh, yes.
Shut the fuck up!
Saturday we flirt for drinks, playing wingman to our twinks.
I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
Vote to change some of these laws that are oppressing us.
We've lost intelligence. I repeat, we have no intelligence.
But here she is, pulling up to her private jet in a Rolls Royce. So oppressed. Lizzo's epic $26 million home. Swimming pool, views. Oh wow, she's so oppressed. These people. In the words of Ricky Gervais.
You know nothing about the real world, except your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
I love those barrettes in her hair, man. I tell you what. And look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady with her legs crossed.
Get the fuck out of here!
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am.
There is something weird going on here. Whatever. Here's Andrew Yang force-feeding someone whipped cream, but okay, we're the weird ones.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys till you're 30.
Okay.
Right?
No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind. At least.
What?
The alarmed Secret Service dude tries to stop this being taped once he sees that Joe has reverted back to this peculiar behaviour.
I think we've got it here, I think, but it was all a bit awkward, and the president does look like he doesn't really know where he is. This is the latest in a series of, well, just embarrassing sort of senior moments. Yeah. Because you do not touch the monarch. And President Biden kept putting his arms grappling like an octopus around our monarch.
Trying to get a better
sniff of
Yeah. Need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I'm sorry, I am a woman.
It is ma'am.
So fuck you if you don't think so. I don't really have time for this. And I don't have time.
My mistake.
You're going to let me speak because here's my truth. I've been 4 times. I've known women that have been multiple times gruesomely. And how dare you sit up here and try to say that women aren't worth respect? Fuck you.
What's your profanity?
Didn't say that.
I am a woman. I just became a woman. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? People don't even respect me, period. And I'm already black, so it's just like, yeah, that already goes against me anyways. But still, you piece of living garbage ass dumpster fire trash gum on the bottom of my shoe. Oh my God, I wish I had a tissue for the blood. I would
Might I suggest it's your behavior?
There you go. Right here. Here it is, right here. There you go. This is the white man. Get these white women and get these white people a hand, man. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. Keep on coming, Mr. White Man. Keep on going. Keep on going, man. Most High in Christ, man. You know?
Oh, yes.
Understand? Now they showing what it means to really salute a prophet and a priest of the Lord. Right. Keep going. Keep going. The party out. Show y'all. Come on.
These are the days. These are the days.
If you get pregnant, run upstairs to the abortion clinic and get that little bastard
man. Get properly saluted. Get properly saluted, man.
Keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Get properly saluted. Everybody come get properly saluted, man. This is a white couple right here that's proving that they are sorry for what their forefathers have done. That's right.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and the wife of Defense Secretary Ash Carter were forced to endure prolonged touching from the president, says Sky News host Rita Panahi.
Because this is nothing new. Indeed, creepy Joe being handsy, inappropriate, and invading people's personal space.
And here they are dancing. Here, yes, we're weird. Here they are dancing during COVID.
Personal
and
space.
yes, we are the weird people. I think we have two more.
Something the US media used to note. Even the far-left CNN used to report on his weird antics.
There are hugs where you just throw up your arms and go for it. And then there are hugs that keep going and going and going. Joe Biden wouldn't let Hillary go as they met on the tarmac at Scranton Airport. About 4 seconds into the hug, they semi-disengage. Nothing to see here, right? Wrong, because the vice president wouldn't unhand Hillary for almost 16 seconds.
Notice how many times she tries to tap out. She lets it go, he does not. She tap out. No, she's just, no, he's still holding on. Okay, second tap out. For God's sake, Joe, you gotta let go.
Perhaps his most famous hands-on moment came when he put his hands on the wife of Defense Secretary Ash Carter.
Got a lot of thanks to give out.
Conservatives panned it.
This is the creepiest thing.
And so did some liberals.
No, that ain't right, man. That ain't right. Why are you appear to smell her hair?
Victories for all of us. Because I might add, you know, I notice when you all do that, everybody benefits. We're going to build 5,500 electric charging stations. Guess who builds them?
Who saw what could be unburdened by what had been.
I'm completely lost.
That was bad intelligence. Very bad intelligence.
We see the suffragists, the riveters, the marchers, the mothers and sisters and aunts and grandmothers and daughters.
So my class decided to stand but not say the words. Totally fine. Except for the fact that my room does not have a flag. It used to be there, but I took it down during COVID because it made me uncomfortable.
Everyone's so fucking stupid.
In the meantime, I tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Get the fuck out of here!
And this is a good white woman, man. She's showing her deeds, man, to the Lord, man. And the Most High may show favor.
What's your problem? It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was a general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
Calm down there, chunk.
Statistics.
Your body, you know who to vote for. Hey.
Prosecute Trump's Trump's enemies.
There is something weird going on. Anyway, it is not just the weird thing that they are pushing out right now. The other thing that they are really hitting on right now is they've got to frame Kamala as a moderate centrist. Every idea that she has, from equity over equality to taxing at Venezuelan tax rates 70, 80%, to open borders, to all of the gender lunacy, all of her policies are far, far left. They're the same shit that Joe Biden's been governing with, but he was old Joe and we thought he wasn't, too far crazy lefty, right? It was just all a facade. It was a lie, whatever. But the new media meme on Kamala Harris is she's a moderate centrist.
I know the vice president personally. She's moderate.
In this area, she's quite moderate.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
So would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes. And I've, again, worked on that.
Well, that was one of the reasons she struggled with progressives, is that they felt that she was too centrist.
She is running as a centrist Democrat.
Black people get reparations.
I think there has to be some form of reparations, and we can discuss what that is.
She's a former prosecutor. Prosecutors are not really leftists. They put people in jail for a living, okay? They're pretty moderate.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
She hasn't been allowed to show her true self, and that is a tough-on-crime prosecutor that perhaps on certain issues is more right of center.
I think there's no question that we've got to critically re-examine ICE and its role, and we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
She's not going through a litany of left-wing priorities, and I don't think that's what they expected from her.
And that's where she's most comfortable, where she is right now. She was uncomfortable 4 years ago when she was trying to appease the left.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
She has, spent her life being tough on crime.
She was seen as a centrist. She was progressives called her Coppola.
Defund the police. The issue behind it is that we need to reimagine how we are creating safety. For too long, the status quo thinking has been you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong.
And yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously.
Right.
Don't look her in the eye, father of Harris intern recounts office horror stories. The article goes on to describe some of the lunacy involved working with this train wreck, making people stand when she entered the office, calling her general, my word, the delusions of grandeur there for you, her constant use of profanity, berating the staff, never thanking the staff. It seems behind the scenes, much like Clinton, she is just a horrible human being, which would also explain her obscenely high staff turnover rate. Of the 47 hired when she took office, only 4 remained. That's about a 92% turnover rate. And as you can see there, it's worth noting that Harris's office has had a high level of staff turnover throughout her time in office, exceeding rates experienced by other high-ranking officials in the federal government. Considering the state of American foreign policy, this seems to be a very promising prospect for hire, doesn't it? A person that has a record of no one wanting to work with her. Great trait for diplomacy, that one. Remember when people said the Trump administration was a disastrous, chaotic mess behind the scenes? Biden's is still higher than Trump's, the former 77, the latter 72. I wonder why those figures aren't more known. Oh, I love this bit here as well. In contrast, Trump's lower staff turnover rate may suggest a more cohesive and loyal team, although this may also be attributed to a culture of fear and intimidation. I somehow doubt that, considering that didn't stop Harris's team from buggering off. Soul-destroying criticism, yes, very charming. Then she goes on stage and does this.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
What the hell is with the fake accent? Again, Clinton several years ago.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from.